ASMR style. This is what it sounds like to eat a
That
pizza, but you're not actually eating a pizza. You're like
no,
cracking cardboard or something.
right? Yeah,
That
yeah.
sort of stuff.
It reminds me I should mute myself when I take a sip of my coffee.
I promise we're not going to be unhinged tonight. We're just going to have fun with it. So. Good. We are indeed live.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, Insomniacs.
Hello.
Welcome once again to King of the Castle. I'm here with Jackson, Shazam, and Morgan. Andy might be joining us later. We don't know. He's probably still asleep. But yeah, we're doing this. I'm the king once again. I've reclaimed the throne off camera.
The kingdom has been cleansed of the non-believers.
This is my third reign as king. I've been deposed twice. And if you would like to join in the game, go to kotc.app and use the room code ZGXY. And you too can have a vote. Because this is a very democratic kingdom.
A kingdom full of schemers, believers, and dreamers.
And back Steamers.
I had to reach on that one, huh?
I did. And crabs.
No. Thankfully, we have banished the crab patricians southward.
Crabs
Yeah.
find a way.
There's been a bunch of updates to this game, and I'm not sure in what form they have taken. Apparently, there's been some fixes, of course, but if there's been any other, I hope there's been some improvements and like in new storylines that have been included. I hope they've been adding to the game.
I have been keeping track of those. I can tell you about them if you like. Not spoils, but what they're based on.
No, that's okay. I'd rather go in blind, but we're starting to see. I remember we were starting to see a little bit of repeat in the storylines here and there. Not a whole lot, but it was starting there. I think the bee thing came up twice.
Right. The bees.
Now we approached it differently both times, so that's fine. But yeah, we did see the bee things come up twice. We're gonna give a.
Otherwise, how have you been, Noah?
I've been
since last stream again.
I've been fine. Just Christmas shopping. My brother's pretty easy to buy for. He has an Amazon wish list, so he's a big cinephile, so he puts a bunch of movies on his wish list. I pick him up. He's updating his movie collection to 4K, so he's got a bunch of 4K stuff going on.
I've been doing that. Oh, no, the Shaw Brothers collections. He doesn't have any of those by Arrow Video. That shit's great.
Shaw Brothers? I don't believe so. No, but he does order a lot from Arrow Video.
Yeah. So then the Shaw, any of the 3 Shawscope collections are amazing. They're not cheap, but they're amazing gift sets, and it's like 12 movies in per collection.
That's a good idea.
We're giving the Bruceploitation box set, Game of Clones.
They have that? Oh my god.
That's Severin. Severin, yeah, that has 14 movies.
And you know they're all quality. Yeah.
They're all. Hey, there's the one where Bruce Lee goes to hell and fights Dracula and James Bond.
I haven't
Is
seen
that
that
the one with or without the crossover with Heracles?
That one's called The Dragon Lives Again. And I think, is it Bruce Lee that's in that one? Eh.
Yes, I saw the Thing game remake. I know it exists. I have very little interest in it. I played the Thing back in the day. I made a review on the Thing. I have experienced the Thing.
Let Mandalore handle this one. Just dump it.
But yes, my brother picked it up for me. The Thing remake, and I was oh so grateful. No, I was. It was good. They've improved it a lot. A lot of the complaints I had about the Thing, they fixed. I mean, it's still the same game at its heart, but a lot of my complaints they did repair. I'm just going to give a little bit more time for players to filter in if they want to join. Maybe balance the houses out a little bit.
Yeah.
Still, it's a pretty good crowd we got.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
One more topic. Anything to look forward to in 2025? Games or movies you're looking forward to?
You know, I'm not that clued in as to what is upcoming. You know, in terms of movies and games and stuff like that. I know Death Stranding 2 is coming up, but I'm not even sure if that's next year or the year after. Really looking forward to Death Stranding 2 just because of how batshit it looks. I can't believe that I've played Death Stranding as much as I have, considering I find it so boring. But I've played a ton of it.
Is it? I haven't played it at all. But is it because of the Kojima-ness of it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just the Kojima-ness of it. It's very Kojima.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okami too.
Okami too. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just excited we're getting another Virtua Fighter, and the team that made Blasphemous is making the new Ninja Gaiden game. So, yeah.
I still need to play Ninja Gaiden.
They're very hard. That's kind of their thing.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't watch the Game Awards. I should have. Mainly because I did Metaphor ReFantazio do okay? It won Game of the Year, didn't it?
No, Metaphor won Best Narrative. It was nominated for Game of the Year, but Game of the Year went to Astrobot, which was a medium upset, I would say, because people were expecting either Black Myth Wukong or the Elden Ring DLC, as far as like the quote unquote core gamers. But if you've ever played Astrobot, or you don't understand why it won Game of the Year. It's such a tight game that plays like a big sappy love letter, not only to like Mario Sunshine, but like Banjo-Kazooie and that era of platformers, but it has production quality of what like Sony can give to a passionate studio that just lays their passion bare in a game like that. And my best friend's kid, who's like 6 years old, like plays this game and loves this game the way that like I loved Pokemon when I was 10, right? He cannot get enough of this. And it's such a good game as far as it being approachable and fun, and something like I watched this kid like learn a boss fight and he's like 6, right? Yeah. And you don't it's not a forgiving game. You die in one shot, but it has a very generous checkpointing system to it. So and the loaded screens are non-existent. So you die and you just try again every single time. There's not a lot of punishment for dying, despite it being one hit checkpoint system, right?
Right.
And except for the challenge levels, which are specifically there for like adults, kind of thing, right? It's like, hey, here's the challenge levels. You have to essentially speed run one credit clear a challenge level with a bunch of like lasers and stuff, right? Dodge all of the lasers, you get one shot. Otherwise, you have to do a whole level all over again. So
Makes sense.
very low.
Are you still
very
in,
low skill floor, very high skill ceiling.
Morgan, are you in or you're not?
I thought I was in. Am I not?
Is your name Morgan on the screen or not? Because I don't see you.
No, this was.
Oh, there you are.
Playing. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I got moved around.
Yeah. Switching between tabs for Discord on mobile, and this can lead to that sort of thing where it's like, you're not playing the game enough. Oh well.
I see.
But honestly, the Astrobot story is more fun to me when you consider the circumstances of its release and how the developers making it were basically the leftovers of a highly acclaimed PlayStation team shattered into pieces, and then they put out this awesome game of all of these past IPs in the same week as Sony's executives going, we don't have enough original IPs to make games out of.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could move players from one house to another so Morgan could be in the counts.
I can join them if you want.
Change. Yeah. On our end, each player can change what house they're in.
Jackson, can you change to the counts then?
Can do.
Cool. That way we've all got a house now.
Nice.
And we're pretty well balanced. So let's see. I think we've given enough time to filter in. I think we should start the
Hold
game.
on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Andy can always join in late. He's just not going to be the leader of a house kind of thing, but it'll work out.
It's not letting me join the count, so...
No, you're all right.
Don't worry.
You're all right. It's
You're just going to be leading the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, no. The only people that are able to freely choose which house they're in are those that are playing this game as paid accounts. Those who have purchased King of the Castle themselves, customized their own characters, yada.
That was the restriction. Okay, because I remember they did an update that allowed for it, but I thought that everyone got to do it. No, it's only paid accounts. That makes sense. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a little more egalitarian in that way, but
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I gotta turn this volume up. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to the madness music, but it changes. So,
Can't avoid the music any longer.
no.
Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time.
Why the hurry?
The delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back.
They wouldn't dare.
You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. 2 of your ancestors have been dethroned already.
Huh.
As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation.
Of course.
Shall we call the nobles in?
What kind of coronation should be held for the new king? Should we host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine? Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the 9th god? Throw the king into the river? Or troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield? Huh. Honestly, I'd prefer the pompous religious ceremony, but that's just me.
For those of you just joining us for the first King of the Castle game, gameplay proceeds as far as these votes go. All of us nobles, those of you who are joining the game through code ZGXY, become nobles in different houses that can vote on different events. In this case, choices A, B, C, or D. No cost to join the game, just show up and you'll join a house. We all get a vote, we all get equal shares of those votes, and the king has some abilities. For instance,
I can veto.
taking an option off the table entirely.
Or I can mark a preferred voting option and get an extra vote. So let's see. Yeah, I prefer the religious ceremony, but I get the feeling I'm going to go in the river.
As is tradition.
Tradition! I say, why buck tradition?
I say, let's proceed with the religious ceremony, as a matter of fact.
Oh boy.
Let's how many? All right, so now you can end the vote, or does it say how many players are currently in?
And there you have it. The vote has had an extra vote in that has put it as even. If Spoonie ended it now, he gets to pick between which of the two.
Voting tied at 4.
Exactly.
Yes. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna be in the drink, or are you gonna get drunk?
We're gonna host a lavish parade.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Pop
Wine
those corks,
fountains.
we're having a party.
So we had to restart this kingdom because we absolutely tanked the stats of the last one, right? Like
Right.
everyone's farming was at 0 or something.
No, the militaries were devastated. Like
That was it. The militaries were devastated by the revolutions. Yes. Yeah, because we all decided to revolt.
Here's your narration if you'd like to read that.
well, the coronation's a great success. Jugglers, wine, fireworks, and feasts. It has an impact on your treasury, of course, but what doesn't? Stability is now civil.
Everyone's happy, but we paid for it.
Yep.
Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course, the bleak march.
Chief Doctor Insane. Huh?
Morgan, if you would.
Good luck in the days ahead, Your Highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot.
Introduce yourself to the Council of the East.
An honor to make your acquaintance, Your Grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor.
Hail and well met, Your Majesty. Under your leadership, we will be the kingdom. We will whip this kingdom into shape.
The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Oh, geez.
Choose your win condition, and we will try to counter you.
Yes, the win conditions for the game are different for the king and for us noble houses. Spoonie is going to be trying to be the best king that he can in some degree, which he is picking now.
I don't even know. I hadn't even thought of this. As
You can also kind of look at. I was gonna say you could also kind of look at our stats overall. So you could see that's going to be a bit of an uphill battle because the chief's faith is at 0. And so you just said saint, right? So you need to up our faith, which is already pretty low.
The church will love you, I suspect, but will anyone else? Yeah. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty.
So our job now, as the council, is to try to make choices that go against what the king wants. But obviously the king will still be able to make macro choices that steer us in certain directions, and RNG is at play here as well. In addition, we get our own personal schemes based on our kingdom as well, such as now.
Narration.
Ivemi of the Tristan
one
bloodline,
minute.
legendary marcher prodigy, stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing.
When are the barons of the march back down for a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Alright, guys.
Alright.
So,
This is for the barons only.
yeah, so barons only, we can either vote for Subterfuge to lower the kingdom's stability, which is already at 6. We can lower our own defiance, which is at 1, to try to essentially suck up to the king more. Or we can do propaganda to try to lower stability. I'd rather try to lower our own defiance. Personally, typically speaking, defiance is gained essentially as the kingdom pisses us off. And if it comes down to it, if our defiance is too high, we can still potentially win with a revolution if our military is high enough. So that I think that's probably the one to go with, because trying to do something like stability or authority is kind of hard, because that's a more of a macro decision within the kingdom that more people I think can stop rather than stability.
Yes, it won. It won. You're going to lower defiance. Yes.
No, I know. No. I'm stating the strategy for my fellow barons. All right.
The barons.
Plan. Yeah, go ahead.
The barons plan to swap the real king for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the barons must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. Sounds easy enough.
Spoonie's goal, and by accordance the rest of us, want to get the barons as riled up as possible to avoid that.
Yeah.
Next up, Morgan and the Chiefs.
Hala of the Athos clan, charismatic northern hero, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak.
Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Noah. How do we make that happen?
Raise the treasury, raise stability, or raise authority. Gotta help the throne here. That's up to you.
Any requests, Morgan? People are voting.
Stability or authority? We can go. We can go stability. I don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
The chiefs plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. You're already there.
Speaking of stability, we have a stable connection with Shooter Andy!
There we go. Hey, Andy.
No. So it wasn't
welcome.
20 hours, it was like 19 and a half.
19, I know. We ended early. Sorry, Andy.
We missed time. We're all good.
Bianca of the Willibut dynasty, infamous Eastern chess master, leans delicately on a podium, sighing.
My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Noah wears the crown.
Wait, what does that check mark mean in near the barons? Oh,
Means that it's
means
good.
that I'm
It's good.
it means your goal is met. I get it.
I'm currently fulfilling my goal. Yes. And sometimes there'll be arrows plus or minus telling me what I'm trying to do. So I try and get this stat lower, this stat higher.
Right.
And you can see next to faith, there's a little crown there that you can hover over as well to remind you that that's your
My
goal.
good people, I recommend we go by ascension, lowering the faith, going against the king, and raising ourselves above.
Trying to go
Come,
exactly
counts,
against it.
let us ascend to our glorious destinies.
All right.
I'm guessing there's no way to join this without like
No, you can.
starting the game.
You can join.
No,
You guys join in, man.
Yeah,
And-
as a minor lord.
Yeah.
And again, for those of you in the audience, you can join whenever you like. Still in the audience? Come on, kick it with us and get a vote.
The Counts plan to induct the king into their secret cult and offer him immortality in exchange for the throne. I'll take that. To advance their scheme, the Counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons.
We're already ahead.
Well, everyone's winning except for me. Oh boy, I get to start a new law here. Timer sets 15 seconds and will automatically close once... I don't like that. +1 stability if 50% or more vote for any one option. Monarch's Iron Choice. Monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority.
Andy, you might be able to get...
Call for unity.
Andy, you might be able to get in on the Chiefs if Morgan doesn't feel like reading, potentially.
Nah. It assigned me to the balance by now.
Alright, fair enough. Welcome to my team. We're gonna win.
One day you're walking through the palace gardens when you're confronted by an unusual sight. One of your palace watch is standing guard, but instead of a pike, he's holding a mop. Fearlessly defending the kingdom from dust, are you?
Last week, a grubby little urchin kicked me in the shins and stole me proper pike. I grabbed the first replacement I could find.
Get a new pike right now.
I tried, but the quartermaster was too drunk. After your party, you see.
I can only apologize, Your Majesty. The palace watch have been more incompetent than usual recently. It's obvious you need a proper honor guard to protect you. But first, how can we improve the watch? Spend a fortune on fancy new equipment, invite the northern soldiers to provide training, enforce harsher discipline, or there's no need to do anything.
Well, here's a cool thing. These are the things that we can use in order to influence other schemes. For instance, it would be in everyone but the North's interests to force harsher discipline.
I'm not sure what I want here. Let's see.
The barons are neutral in this, Your Majesty.
I would invite the northern soldiers to provide training if it was up to me, but I apparently cannot cast a vote. I had to do it beforehand.
You could, you just need to do it beforehand, yes.
I thought I could do it afterwards, but oh well.
I shall vote where the majority of my fellow barons vote. Currently, we only cast 1 vote. Ah, there we are. And I shall stand with the northern soldiers.
Barons seem to be okay with helping the chiefs.
Currently.
Yeah,
The chiefs are honored that their martial prowess is acknowledged. A squad of hardy northern warriors soon whip your watch into shape. Authority is now commanding. Defiance is now loyal. Though, by all accounts, some of your watch's incompetence rubs back off on them. Their military has dropped. If one thing's clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like these kittens. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Oh, I've made my decision.
Yeah, we already know how this kind of thing goes.
Do you now?
Well, as far as, like, what the choices mean. Not so much, like, as far as the flavor and such.
I trust the Eastern Knights.
We appreciate your faith in us, Your Majesty.
Oh. Their acts of sorcery know no bounds, Majesty.
But they have flowers, see? The knights arrive a few weeks later. They're all extremely pale and extremely polite. The commander introduces herself with a florid bow before reading out a poem she's written for the occasion. See? They're
we are
badass.
enemy fighters.
You know, we do love goths around here. Don't.
Oh, we're changing that crowd. Andy, you get to speak.
Hey, Andy.
Their own Shooter Andy.
Our own.
Your Highness, this is an outrage and an injustice. Last week, Chief Muzamudi shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lacquerine in the process.
Of the North.
I'll read it. If you don't mind. Godspeed good. Nonsense. Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing.
Your Majesty, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Muzamudi ancestor X my family with the curse of Morgana, turning every second daughter's hair bright blue. Which is not that bad, honestly.
That's because their ancestor poisoned our well and killed half our household.
Enough! I know Muzamudi stole my priceless ring. It brings the March great luck and bounty, and my Dionys is to wear when she marries.
How should the council handle the accusation that Muzamundi stole the Marcher ring? Send a chancellor to the north to investigate, which has a chance to raise and lower defiance, depending on how the chancellor figures things out. Arrest Chief Muzamundi immediately, which either raises the lowest defiance but raises my authority, or leave the squabbling nobles to deal with the situation themselves.
So as essentially, based on the flavor, you can probably tell whose defiance is going to get raised and whose is going to get lowered, based on these particular selections.
Let's see.
Yep.
And
I don't care how you vote, so long as you call for unity here.
+1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option.
Just so long as you agree.
I think that, yes, we should arrest him immediately. And it appears that some of the some of those in the north agree with us that we should arrest their own person. Some of the chiefs.
I don't think I met the call for unity. No, because I did not. No. Okay.
Oh,
It's close.
It was the minority victory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arrest Chief Muzamundi immediately.
too bad, Musmundi.
No, I'm innocent. I tell you, Defiance is now insolent.
Well, without a trial, without an investigation, just immediately.
Come on, out you
Come
go.
on. Out you go.
Chief Muzamundi has been imprisoned. Muzamundi II has joined the council. As the watch drag him out, the council hall falls into stunned silence, but the barons share satisfied glances.
Thank you.
Defiance is now loyal.
We are very loyal, my liege.
definitely no insurrection plans or anything like that.
No, none whatsoever. We are so loyal.
Morgan, you still around?
I'm here.
You sound so excited.
The exhaustion is dead.
Morgan, do you want to read or you want to have?
Dropping.
That's fair. You want to have Noah read out your character stuff for you?
I can read
Morgan
it.
can.
You read? All right.
Okay.
Your Highness, will you tell these superstitious barons to get over themselves and let us harvest their trees? We need the wood for our craftspeople.
Told you 1,000 times, Chief. That forest is thoroughly haunted. You'll damn us all if you go logging there.
But you sold us a logging contract, and said contract has no exclusions for haunting.
Some chief's wealth has decreased, and some baron's wealth has increased.
Mine's gone up.
Your Highness, the barons can't be allowed to wiggle out of their commitments.
Should the chiefs be allowed to harvest lumber from the haunted forest in the March? The Chiefs have a contract in Mago logging with a 30% chance to increase trade. I think that's what it means.
It's a trade check. So based on the trade stat, it rolls a die based on the stat for a success.
And then something happens.
And then something happens. Yeah.
Let them harvest the lumber, but share the proceeds with the barons. Turn the forest into a joint northern marcher hunting reserve, which raises defiance and lowers authority. That sucks. Or fence off the area to make sure no one goes near it.
They have the contract. Let them go. Let them go logging.
I agree. And if they wouldn't mind sharing proceeds with us, that would be fantastic.
That was not in your contract.
Well, I think that the skill check that has the most probability to succeed is fence off the area to make sure no one goes near it. So
yeah, but then no one gets money.
Your Majesty, why would we
let
the whims of safety prevent us from obeying the law as it is? This was a legal contract.
Yeah.
But it's haunted.
And we barons will stick by our contract. It's okay.
I tell you, it's haunted, man.
Well, haunted's haunted.
Yeah. We're gonna vote for that one. I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna vote for it.
Give us money.
No.
Fine.
See, even your own bear.
What, barons? Why are we split on this? Why don't we want money from the haunted forest?
Well, it's pretty definitive, I would say. Okay.
Yeah, the counts and the Chiefs are pretty well spoken for on that.
Trade challenge failed. You suck. With the council's express permission, hundreds of northern lumberjacks rush into the haunted forest and start hacking it down, but they're woefully unprepared for what they find. The moment the workers cut into the ancient trees, they come alive, picking up laborers and devouring them whole. Trade is decreased.
Did the workers come alive?
All trade deals are final.
And stability is now decreased. Panic spreads. The Chiefs withdraw from the area immediately, but the forest does not return to dormancy. Instead, the trees start marching across the north, ransacking villages along the way. Defiance is now grumbling.
Because those are the north trees. You can't hack them down.
Defiance skyrocketed across that one.
Damn it. No.
And that's why we should have just fenced it. Did you not see? Yeah, I warned you! Now there's an army of angry trees on our doorstep. The greed of the Chiefs knows no bounds.
If you didn't want to do that, you shouldn't have sold them the contract.
Contract specified no login.
Okay, here's what's going on. There's an auction going on for various buildings to be built in the kingdom. And each one of you has a collection of wealth that you can use to invest or bid at any rate on these individual items.
You don't have to bid.
You don't have to bid.
To get built at the end of the auction.
And keep in mind, you have to keep your money for the entire game, and you will very rarely get any more. It's not to say you won't get any more, but it's rare in my opinion.
Counts, I would like to recommend we at least try to pick up the observatory. I'm not saying we dump all of our gold in, but it would be nice if we could lower our own faith and keep things in the game. Hell, for those of you among the nobles, you might like to help us lower our own faith too, to avoid the king becoming a saint.
Perhaps, but our farming took a hit recently, and I think an aqueduct in our kingdom would be beneficial. However, should you wish to make a donation towards our aqueduct, perhaps we could be persuaded to also lend some funding towards your observatory.
Yeah, even Stevens. We both got a good thing. We got some water, we got some stars. That's why they call it the Milky Way. Cool.
I like a good library, but that's just me.
No one cares.
Vote whatever you think best, audience.
Now, one thing that we did notice recently was that Oh wow,
Alright.
they're really going in for that
Alright,
library.
Yep, nope, the observatory is more than funded. We are more
we
than
get
funded.
some-
Don't
can we
even
get
worry
some-
about it, guys.
Can we
You
get
don't need to
some
put more
for
in.
the
You
aqueduct?
don't need to put more in.
Can we get some more for the aqueduct? That would be great. As
What is
I,
it at? What is it at?
it's at currently not on the map. Because yeah, Spoonie says one thing, and audience is like, all right, sure, thank you. There we go. You are the people's champion after all.
All right, hey, look, I put some money up on
All
that aqueduct.
Yeah,
This
I
better be
appreciate it.
coming
I
around.
appreciate
Now, what
it.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
is if the money, only the 2 highest funded will be built. Everyone gets their money back.
Yes.
So.
Correct.
Okay.
Time's
Well,
up.
Thank you very much, everyone. Now the one thing that we noticed in our
Winkenberg, you put $1,000 into the observatory, you madman. That person. Oh.
When us mods were playing something off stream, we noticed that I think they updated it so that buildings themselves can now sometimes have events.
I see.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
beyond just it being an interesting stat increase, there can be events around the fact that we've constructed these things.
Like, for
Let's-
instance, if we had built that prison, we might have gotten a prison break.
Let's get this out of the way. There's one
Yeah.
person you
Yep.
can't avoid. Mother. Who wants to be mom?
Why haven't
This
you
is-
found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year, dear.
I've been busy.
You better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, women, do you not mind?
You know, I just got out of a relationship. I'm really kind of burned on women and men right now, so I'm not interested.
My dear, who said anything about love? This is a royal marriage. Just tell me what kind of candidates I should find. You can always say no after you've had a look at them, but you're gonna find one.
Women.
Excellent! I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Don't know where I'm
You
going with this voice, I don't
loud.
care.
Sounds just like my mom. Word from the march.
Come on, Bubby, you're gonna find a husband. Andy!
Your Majesty, I have something a bit embarrassing to report. Remember when I accused Chief Muzamundi's father, Chief Muzamundi's second father, of stealing my family's luck ring and he was arrested? Funny thing, my niece was the culprit.
Uh-oh.
I needed a ring.
I
to
needed a
propose-
ring to propose to my dear Randall of the Muzamundi clan. That's niece, yeah. I knew our families would never allow such a match, so it had to be secret. And I knew the magic ring would bring good fortune to our union. It was the perfect gift.
What? By the Star Flayer! My father rotted away in prison because of this travesty.
It's been like a year.
Your family are honorless knaves. Don't think I'm letting Randall anywhere near that niece of yours.
For once, we agree, Chief. Please, Council, Your Majesty, step in and end this ridiculous romance.
Should the love-struck couples from feuding families be broken up? Say that 3 times fast. Bless their union, the council loves love. Publicly forbid the union, or the council shouldn't interfere with affairs of the heart.
No, forbid it.
Marriage!
No,
Marriage.
none of this.
We love a love fest down here. Come on,
No.
folks, bring it all in.
No,
bring
we do
it
not.
all in. Hey, this will increase your trade. This is good for you. Be quiet and increase your trade. It's all good for
So,
everyone.
Everyone,
am I
Majesty.
understanding this?
Uh-oh.
calling for
Am I
unity.
understand? Am I understanding this correctly that he just, or she, I guess, just came out and admit that she just stole the ring?
Should we let Mozamundi out of prison then?
We would if the game allowed it. No.
Marriage,
absolutely not.
marriage.
Absolutely not. No. Stop that. Stop singing.
No.
And we have unity.
Oof.
Bless their union.
Defiance is now aggrieved.
Uh.
And now Defiance is
You
mutinous.
Midas?
Uh-oh, that's bad. That's very bad.
Yeah, the North can revolt like right now. Actually, no, wait.
It takes
no,
7, I think.
Your authority's still 7. Yeah, your authority's still 7. Yeah.
I did read it. Yeah.
You formally bless the upcoming marriage of Eugenie and Randall. Both barons and chiefs are outraged, claiming that you've disrespected their centuries-long feuding tradition. Uh-oh. As wedding preparations begin, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of marcher peasants who work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. Trade is now prosperous among the barons, and stability has increased.
Marriage.
And wow, true.
Yeah.
Andy, you are busy this year.
Yeah, Andy was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna get to read anything," and he's just the star of the show.
I think the game picks me because I have the Steam account for it.
No, so do I
It's
though.
damned in here too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Your
no,
Majesty,
it-
ever since those Birdbrains chiefs tried to cut down our ancient grove, the trees have been rampaging across the march.
Okay, you just said the forest was haunted. Lots of forests are haunted. You should have said composed of ancient cursed trees that swallow people whole.
The grove is older than the kingdom itself. It's no wonder it held such power. Please, my liege, assemble the council. We have to appease the trees.
Send for the Lorax. Send for the Lorax.
We need a witcher.
Yep.
What can be done to stop
Again.
the army of angry trees from devastating the march? Set fire to it.
The
Nope.
usual options: search for a wizard.
Search for a
We
wizard
gotta
to
hire a
destroy the
wizard.
trees.
Always hire a wizard.
Bring in northern soldiers to help fight, or the barons can deal with this alone.
Hire a wizard.
I'm going to veto the wizard.
God damn it.
At least let's have some help, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, North, come help us.
Hack them trees. Let's hire veto the wizard.
Hire veto. Nice one to ruin.
By Morgana's cauldron will show these soft barons how to cut down a few trees. Legions of northern soldiers, lumberjacks, and rangers armed with woodcutting axes and torches are sent to the front lines. Despite their
Nice.
ferocity, the trees are no match for northern grit nor their sharp axes. Stumps litter the landscape and the volunteers are paraded through the march.
Thanks, Northern. Thanks, Chiefs. We owe you.
Military challenge succeeded. And the grumbling chiefs help stabilize the kingdom greatly.
Clearly, they just wanted to get their lumber's worth.
The legend of killer trees fades from the world once again. The Archbishop claims that one more bastion of the deposed god's influence has been destroyed.
Well, the Chiefs are still revolting pretty hard, but we're now grumbling because like they helped us out. So
Okay. End the season.
tax time.
Tax time.
The barons make 500 wealth selling hides of animals they've insured are rare. The other nobles gain
Nice.
200 wealth.
Thing that I don't think was previously.
Well,
in
I
the
think
game.
they need to be
think there's a-
taxed.
Hey.
an event.
Increased income tax, you see.
No, entirely fair. Meanwhile, those poor northerners, they got their trade beat to shit, huh?
Sure did. Let's. I'm happy with that. Let's see.
Yeah.
You're gonna attempt to lower the defiance of the Chiefs?
At a
You should
cost of
probably bribe
700
them a
bucks. I don't know. $700. That's a lot.
Tax the counts then.
I did. Oh no, the counts. You mean? Okay.
What did we do?
All
right.
right, fine.
You're right.
Don't tax the counts.
You're right. Give the Chiefs a break.
Ah! I am disgusted. Appalled.
You're being taxed. You're being taxed the same as us. You're more loyal than we are,
We
anyways.
didn't make money hand over foot with hides and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And after I pitched in to fund your damn
I know.
and
You're
you
right.
turn around
You're right.
back
You're right. That was a bad move. But listen, I needed to find some way to bribe the Chiefs.
Mother.
I found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance.
I know, Mother.
Your mother.
Oh, your mother leads to the Great Hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. All right. She whisks away the cotton from the first portrait.
Bachelorette number 1. This is Sorcha, firstborn daughter of the Northern Muzamundi clan. They've had a whole thing going on lately with their whole... She's a typical northern lass, as far as I can tell. Big and loud and all the social graces of a goat, but means well. Her sister's getting married. You should marry too.
But I
don't
don't
like
like
marriage.
her.
Spends most of her time ranging the mountaintops, hunting wolves and wyverns of the strange northern beasts. People say she nurses a grudge, though.
She's a pretty thick upper body. She looks like she could take me. Next.
Most Northerners
In a
can.
fight, right? This is Nymphadora, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Winterburn dynasty. She's a good-looking one, eh? And not a bad word is said about her. Everyone likes her.
I like
They
a
say
bald
she has
chick.
the most powerful magical hair in the kingdom, so they stole it all. Spends most of her time with a fencing master, mastering the blade. I've heard rumors that she's training herself for some epic confrontation with an old rival.
Intriguing.
She hides the fact that her head was cut off with this tiny little boar.
And finally, we have the March's offering. Henrika, scion of the prestigious Manny bloodline. Not the kind. Russell suit her better.
Waking up.
Yeah, Jack, you're breaking up a little bit there.
Yeah, go on without me.
Okay.
Yeah.
She can always be found at the card table, drunk as a skunk, betting away her inheritance. When she's deep in her cups, apparently, she mutters on about revenge against someone in the counts. I don't know.
Is that
Maybe
all?
that's
So,
something.
so you have
Nah.
two baronesses that have a grudge against someone. That's nice.
And one that likes getting drunk in the north. What do you think?
Yeah.
Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Well, who's it gonna be?
Wait,
Snookums, if you don't pick any of them, you're not getting a fun time this year.
I refuse to marry
I'm
any
gonna
of
be in
them.
your house. Without a marriage, you're alone. No alliance, no support, not to mention an insult to the most powerful families in the kingdom. I'm gonna have to move in with you. It's gonna be a whole thing. What possible reason for you to have for not choosing anyone to marry?
I want to live a life of chastity in honor of the 9th god.
Oh my god, I raised one of
damn.
you. Oh no. I'm sure the
Damn.
church will be very pleased with your show of devotion, but the nobles won't. They'll see it as an abandonment of your duty.
That was actually a really good play.
It was. Kings don't have the luxury of freedom. You'll learn that sooner or later, Schnookums. Okay, I'll have my stuff in your kingdom soon enough. Bye-bye.
It'll make,
Bye, mother.
it'll make your game harder though, for not having an heir. So it'll probably extend the game by another couple rounds though. So I think that's the balance of it.
Let's talk about taxes, everybody.
Hooray!
most fun part of.
Your
everything.
Majesty, help us. Can't wait to bend the east has been bleeding us dry, he has. Oh, not literally, I hope.
Oh,
It is the counts after all.
No,
Yeah.
I'm making use of a common idiom, Your Majesty. Our taxes
You're
are
an
10
idiom.
times higher than they've ever been. I can't afford to feed me cows.
It's true, Your Majesty. Count Winterburn has been taxing his peasants at least twice as much as the next highest noble.
What? That's my job.
It's been a hard year, Your Grace. I have barely any gold in my vault. I'm just doing what I can to stay afloat.
Someone taxed me, apparently.
Huh. You're clearly having a hard time. I'll let you off.
So it gives Winterburn that much wealth, lowers defiance, and lowers the region's farming.
I don't like that. What about this poor peasant's cows?
A pox on the stupid cows. Let's see what the council thinks about this, huh?
Literally.
Okay, so interesting. I could have circumvented the council for once in my life, and I chose not to do it. All right. What should be done about Count Winterburn's punitive taxation of his peasants? Throw him into the dungeon to teach him a lesson? Allow Count Winterburn to keep overtaxing his peasants? Or have a royal tax collector take over tax duties in the east?
Everyone in the dungeon.
Okay, people, you don't want a royal tax collector in your lands. Just bottom
we don't,
line.
we don't. And I agree. We're not gonna. I kind of feel bad about the taxation thing. So barons, we're not gonna do that either.
Let's throw him into a dungeon.
Just want to throw him into a dungeon, Andy?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Oh boy. Winterburn, I'm with you. Like, I'm not going to throw you in the dungeon, but if the council votes for this, there's nothing I can do about it. Please, you have to understand. Hopefully your successor will be mad at me.
100%. I don't think the count should not the counts. Well, lower it would be lowering the farming in your region though. So who knows?
We got 7 farming. We'd be fine.
True.
Here's the thing: if you throw enough people in the dungeon becomes fun. It becomes fungin. Really.
Fungin. Yeah.
They go play bingo. And
we'll throw him in the dungeon.
Blood and stars, not the dungeon. Why would you take the side of some poxy serfs?
It's out of my hands.
Cows were poxy.
Count Winterburn is flung into your deepest cell and his ill-gotten gold confiscated. The other counts grumble at the imprisonment of their compatriot.
Oh, true.
Defiance is now
put all that money in. Winterburn put all that money previously, so they couldn't actually lose any wealth.
My authority is now iron-fisted.
Shit, play Spoonie, yes.
Yeah.
Count Winterburn has been imprisoned. Winterburn II has joined the council.
Hey, at least Winterburn and Husmandes can be together now, in jail.
Actually, Winterburn wasn't actually lying about needing the money. That's the funny part. Oh shit.
He blew all his money on observatories, he says.
Yeah.
That's what being starry-eyed gets you.
Your Majesty, that couple from the March in the north are here to speak to the council.
Oh god, now what?
Your Highness?
Yep. Oh yeah, you're doing this. Go ahead.
Alright, yeah. Oh, Your Highness, you brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my dear Randall.
But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together. Enjoy some peace and quiet for a change.
All we need is each other and a few adorable animals. And the wedding would be tiny 300-400 people at most. But of course, Sure Andy and Masamune II refuse to give us anything. Please, my liege, help us just once more.
Should Shooter Andy and Masamune II help the lovers live out their farming dreams? Shooter Andy should give the couple some Marcher land. A lot of things going on here. This will cost Andy $300 though. Masamune II should give the couple some land from the north. But trade will go up and farming will go up. As will Defiance. The couple should forge their own path in the east. Or the farm idea is silly. They're on their own.
Yeah,
idea is silly.
We only have one option here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say the farm idea is silly.
Can we not just... Oh boy, I was going to say they're welcome here. That'll increase our farming, and we like farming. Like, we like farming in the east. We actually can enjoy this. Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I can see
what the council. Wouldn't even be costing you people anything. It'd be fine.
Oh, true.
It's a tight one.
But I still think the idea is silly.
That's it.
Damn.
True love conquers all.
Yeah. You made a good case there. I hate it. You got one of our own to go over to for the tie-breaking vote.
Few nobles want their relatives to become humble farmers, especially if it's because of a whirlwind romance with someone of a rival lineage. Neither the barons or the chiefs are happy. But the counts welcome them eagerly, even giving them some scrubby land to live on. It turns out that lovers have a knack for wilderness life, helped along by the lucky ring, and they quickly cultivate a thriving farm that brings prosperity to the area. Farming is now rampant. Eugenie and Randall even named their first child after the king. Little Noah grows up peacefully in the country, far away from the feuding families.
So you do have your
You
heir.
do have an heir. Hey.
The destined little Noah.
In a tiny village far to the east, two counts meet in a derelict tavern. No one dares even glance in their direction.
The priest left my estate today. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost. I have heard the same across the east. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb. Now we must not falter. If the king grows proud, we can offer him the ultimate reward. Immortality.
For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh, hell.
We're going to make you immortal, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They're on stage 2.
How nobles vote is hidden from the monarch's view. Why would I want that?
Oh, it means that the viewers at home, us, can't see what everyone's voting on until the vote is over. It is truly blind voting.
Yeah. So it's not just you. We can't see either. Right? Because we're all only watching your screen.
I like the royal gamble. I'm going to go for that. Choose one of the current laws to replace. Okay. I did.
You got to pick the one first.
No, you replaced it.
No, it's done now. It's replaced. So you get your next.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. And yours.
Today's endeavors: a spot of heresy, a booming crop, and wild beast attacks.
Still awake, Morgan?
Am I reading this one?
Yeah.
Go for it. You got this.
Your greatness. I'm stunned, outraged, and incensed. I've been summoned to trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my lands. The weather's cold around here. Anything could have happened to them. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the council must intervene, Your Majesty.
Okay. Though she remains silent, the council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. How will the council handle the accused? Send a witness to defend Chief Dragoon? Help the Inquisition gather evidence against Dragoon? Or suggest he pray for a good outcome? 50-50 shot.
That makes sense.
Let's see. I'm gonna veto.
Let's have faith in the court.
I'm gonna veto the Inquisition.
The Inquisition thing could raise the faith, though.
If it succeeded.
If it succeeds.
If it succeeded, yeah, but I don't have much faith in that.
Instead, let's have a good, clean trial with a good, honest witness. How about that?
I agree. Search for a witness.
Wow. Okay.
All right, who here is Playday's attorney?
Hold it! I should have put the royal gamble on that one. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I think the
If you-
gamble
if you
gives
veto,
us wealth.
I think-
I don't think it increases the treasury, right?
No, it does increase the treasury. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
Yeah,
as
the
a reminder,
beginning
you
of
can't apply 2 laws at the same time.
right.
Yeah.
You distribute a proclamation among the chiefs asking for witnesses of Dragoon's innocence. Oh, it failed!
Oh, wow.
But from fear of church reprisal or distrust of the crown, no one comes forward. Uh-oh. During the trial, Dragoon crumbles and can barely argue for his own innocence. Unsmiling, the High Inquisitor orders him dragged away and thrown in the Inquisition's special dungeons. The special
That's
dungeons.
3 people in the dungeons.
I was gonna say, I think this is the highest imprisonment rate that we've had on stream so far. Right?
Everyone has an imprisoned
Yeah.
person now from their kingdom.
You're right.
Dragoon, I am so sorry.
Mm.
Rabble, rabble.
Your Majesty, the yields from the Eastern Farms are extraordinary. I've never seen the like. The peasants are practically drowning in cabbages. Cabbages! They've even hybridized a new variety of pest-resistant cabbage that cures nightmares.
Cool.
Damn. Maybe we
must
should let
assemble a
them.
team from the university to study this new crop. It could benefit the entire kingdom. By the blood of the dead, wait a moment. You can't spread our secrets to just anyone. I'll have you know that our produce is very much in demand. We're just in the middle of securing a cabbage trade agreement with the Tabalin. These eggheads could disrupt things terribly.
Should the scholars
Counts
be
would have a
allowed
cabbage that causes nightmares.
to... Should the scholars
Honestly,
be allowed
probably.
to study the hybrid crops in the East? Pay the counts to accommodate the scholars. Prohibit the scholars and fast-track the Tavalin deal, which will fiddle with their defiance. Or claim the hybrid cabbages from the kingdom and distribute widely, which will definitely increase defiance.
Look, in light of how much we've been getting screwed in the financial sector, I will absolutely take a payout on this. All right.
I will royal gamble on paying the counts, just because that will help fund.
Good point.
If we win, it won't cost the treasury that much. So it's
My
win-win
only
for the
concern-
counts.
I don't know how this affects everyone else's defiance, though. I see it will lower. I can see it lowering the count's defiance.
It'll raise everyone else's, but the counts. I
Everyone
figure.
else's, I expect. Yeah.
There's not much I can do about that. I'm gonna raise defiance on somebody one way or the other.
Unfortunately, that is kind of inevitable.
Wait. Let me think about this.
No, the money, man.
Well,
let
let's
me
see.
think about
Otherwise,
this. Let's see.
rip this all
If
out.
I'm gonna raise defiance on anybody, it should be the counts.
It's always the finances to get us.
I'm actually gonna.
Truly, the one dark art we've never mastered: banking.
But by picking that one, it would increase stability, which would progress the Chiefs' plan. But maybe that's just a lost cause.
I'm gonna royal gamble on paying the counts. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
Money, 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 money.
Okay. I don't really know where to go with this one. I don't know how this affects us.
I'm guessing your defiance will go up, but that's it.
Yeah, so maybe we should have gone, like, as Chiefs, you probably should have gone with C, but I don't think... I think all of the counts are going to be voting for that, probably many of the Chiefs as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we're winning that one.
The scholars are delighted, not least because they don't have to fund the expedition themselves. The counts grudgingly accept the stipend, which dwindles to a token amount once the policy fees and paperwork is filed. Defiance is now mutinous. Wow, counts of defiance went up, even though you got paid.
Oh!
But as knowledge of eastern cabbages spreads across the kingdom, fields flourish.
That's what happens.
Defiance
Okay,
went down.
interesting.
And actually, that helps you
the
out.
opposite of what I expected.
Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah, it was the opposite of what I expected. Yeah. I figured the counts getting paid would just make them happy, but they still didn't want the cabbages studied anyways.
Yeah.
The cabbage industry booms as sleepless nights become a thing of the past. Cabbages become popular with parents to soothe troubled toddlers and get some well-earned rest. Yeah, eat some cabbage.
Cabbages. Wild beast attacks is your last one for the day.
Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They are attacking villages and travelers all across the region.
Beasts, you say? Can't you deal with them yourself?
These are not mere beasts, Your Majesty. They are great hulking creatures, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk just like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end.
Blood and stars! What's got into these chiefs so they can't handle a few wild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Grace. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this.
You're all as useful as nipples on a breastplate. Point of order, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the true God or not. It's the least we can do.
Of order, Your Highness. The nipples on a breastplate are very useful.
Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. That should put an end to this crisis. What should the crown do to help counteract the wild beast attacks in the north? Tell the northerners to defend for themselves. That'll help their defiance. Hire mercenaries to bolster the northern forces, which will cost everything I have. Or instruct the northerners to seek refuge in the Ninth God's churches.
I'm actually kind of for. I think I'm kind of for C right now. I think I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm voting for that one myself, but
naturally.
As much as I would absolutely love to drive the kingdom into horrible debt, I kind of have to agree that's kind of stupid. Kind of horribly stuck over the
every
kingdom.
time. There's very specific, the patricians, goals that want to drive the kingdom into debt, and none of our goals really want that. I'll play nice.
You'd think that if the beasts were magical, there would be the wizard option, but nope, not this time.
Nope. Well, you hire a mercenary instead of hiring a wizard. Same thing.
It's just not the same, you know.
No, true. Not the same meme.
everyone's in. And I have to sneeze.
Achoo.
But I can't.
Oh no.
All right.
Shall we vote for you to sneeze?
There we go. That's it. The council demands you sneeze.
The Archbishop instructs all churches across the north to open their doors to refugees fleeing the attacks. They are more than glad for the assistance. Farming is now meager. Over time, the beasts withdraw. The Northerners are grateful for the church's help, with many finding a new place in their hearts for the Ninth God and his disciples.
We are going to regret this. We are going to just regret this.
Possibly, but I think we have ways of getting around it.
Deep in the forest of the march, Baron Shazam has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends.
You said you had a surprise for me.
Me to do this one?
Yeah, go ahead, Andy, because we'll do it back and forth here.
Yep. Indeed, and here it is. Behold.
Your Highness, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry. I hope you didn't overhear any scheming.
Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the king. It's a peasant who's the king's spit-in image.
Great God! And just in time. The spy master trusts us, and we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the king and putting this fool in his place.
Still here, you know. How do we manage that?
We need the kingdom in utter chaos. bad enough that the king's abduction can slip past unnoticed.
Well, good luck with that.
For the next stage of this scheme, the Barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think
Only
we need
2.
the Chiefs. Yeah, I think we need the Chiefs' plan to go off first, which I think it does right now. Yeah, and then we might be able to do that.
Up in the north, Chief Mash is hosting a great feast at his clan hall. Our plans are going better than expected. The Spy Master thinks all is well in the kingdom, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play.
Oh, Morgan.
Please don't refer to us as mice. We're honorable warriors. Ignore the fact that we just ran away from our literal own problem.
There's no honor in politics, my friend. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. You'll never pass for those Eastern guys.
The Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the Watch is another story. If the king can't pay them, they will look for money elsewhere.
See, it says the Honor Guard are incorruptible.
For the next stage of their scheme, the Chiefs must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
That's not gonna happen.
That's
300 gold? That's
ridiculously
really easy.
Warning, the monarch currently has no heir.
So you two still have something to do, but you can get it done in 2 seasons, while we ascending Easterners, we just need to hold in there a little longer than you.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. New Gods, Avalanche, everything's going on in the capital this time around.
2 things are in the north, 1 thing's in the capital.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your Majesty, I have a few messages from respected members of the clergy. Oh, yes? Your decision to stay chaste in honor of the Ninth God has caused quite the stir, and many people want to meet you. The High Inquisitor mentioned wanting your assistance in dealing with some heretical items.
Interesting.
And a group of reclusive monks have invited you for a visit. What does the High Inquisitor want? Such a stockpile of dangerous artifacts that need to be cleansed, Your Majesty.
I hope you have detect magic learned.
Since you have such a close connection with the Ninth God, you are the ideal person to assist with the ritual. Though I must say it's not for the faint of heart. Tell me about these
ritual
monks.
is not for someone who fucks.
They live deep within the tunnels beneath the Marcher Forest, Your Majesty. They're very reclusive, but they experience intense visions of the Ninth God. You could learn a great deal from you could gain a great deal of wisdom from visiting them, I'm certain. Okay.
You want loot, or do you want dead guys?
I will join the High Inquisitor to stamp out heresy, or I will visit the reclusive monks of the March. I will let them know that you'll visit the monastery soon.
Interesting.
New Gods.
They happen to have an heir. They happen to have an heir for you. Here, adopt this. Wesley. Ensign. Hey.
Your Greatness, I've come to thank you in the name of Church for your kindness during the so-called season of claws. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad for their help. The creatures with attacks have eased. I can only imagine one, but I thank the gods for it. Both the old and the new.
May they never return. Once the chief has bowed his head to leave, your archbishop is quick to lean over you. Your Majesty, we are presented with a golden opportunity to expand the church's influence. We should capitalize on this goodwill immediately. What will the kingdom do to capitalize on the North's newfound faith in the Ninth God? Send missionaries to the furthest reaches of the North? Or leave the Northerners to their pagan ways?
Leave them to their pagan ways.
Come on, do you really want to piss them off more at this point?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Ugh.
Yeah, the fact that you can't afford it, you can literally veto it. I'm mad.
God damn it! I am restraining from voting in protest.
I knew this was coming, right? Because we saw. Yeah. It's fine. He doesn't have an heir. Doesn't have an heir. We got this.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Jackson demands we run out the clock.
Yeah, actually, I should have abstained. Just all just
Stained out of pettiness.
exactly.
People love to vote when there is one option only.
True.
The Chiefs are predictably
Yes,
angered
you
by
did.
your brazenness. Still, your recent aid goes a long way in smoothing over any disagreements. Defiance is now enraged.
Yeah. I wonder if they can rebel.
The missionaries yield mixed results as the months pass. Some are successful in turning the northern peasantry towards the ninth god, while others find themselves chased out with only the clothes on their backs. It could have been much worse, your highness. At least no one was mulched alive to appease some shrub goddess or the like. Avalanche!
A devastating avalanche has buried a mountain village within my domain. There were few survivors.
I suppose the kingdom should lend a helping hand. The other nobles are under no obligation to help the north, but surely they will vote with compassion.
Really?
Absolutely. Instruct the Archbishop to lead a memorial for those lost.
I agree.
Actually, no. It would actually be funny sending them financial aid. Plus, less chance of them rebelling.
Sending financial aid might assist the Chiefs, though. So the Chiefs definitely probably want to vote for that.
It's either way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will gamble on that.
I see what you're doing.
You.
Clever.
Oh, man,
I don't think that saves you. I don't think that
that is-
saves you, but interesting.
That's devilish. Oh.
Nothing to be done. Avalanche.
Hmm.
The king
just
be a
some
crafty
snow.
one.
Who gets say in revolt? I think they get to hold a vote. Like anyone in the Chiefs can hold a vote for it.
If their defiance is over authority, I believe.
Yeah.
Your funds go towards resettling the survivors in neighboring villages with enough gold to see them through the winter. Their defiance went down, and the treasury is
Yeah, because you help.
flattening. And Chief Morgan skims a little off the top, of course, for their trouble.
But you did actually balance it, right? It went up a fair amount.
Yeah, it went up 600.
Yeah. But it's right in the zone that the Chiefs wanted, though. Interesting.
I figure if I'm going to take the hit, I might as well mitigate it.
Yeah, no, that was really well played.
Back to another auction.
Okay.
I think we should build a theater.
I think we should build a prison because
Absolutely,
our
we need more
dungeon is
prisons.
getting full.
Yep. Honestly, there's way too much. Yeah.
I'll be honest,
If we
I
could-
don't think
if
we
we-
counts really have a need of pitching in for anything. Stability, authority, we've got them pretty good.
Well, I'll start things off, and you guys can hash it out.
Sir.
Whoa, big time prison money.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much just dump everything into that prison, I think. You don't think yeah.
Big time theater money, too.
Come on, counts, just wait it out. Let these guys outbid each other on nonsense. We'll be the only ones with money after the fact.
Yeah, there's nothing that lowers authority, so... Well, no, I guess there is the theater.
Yeah. That's why you guys voted for it so heavily.
Yeah, but I don't know how much that actually assists.
Not much. Not enough.
Not much, yeah. We literally need to essentially have, like, an authority check fail, I think, in order to lower it, unless there's some other wild nonsense. No, I think the count's been really
Knowing this game is going to happen.
Looks like, what
Yeah.
do we get? We got the prison and the theater? Yeah.
Yeah, I dumped all my funds into that prison, so I'm pretty much out for the rest of the game, I think. But worth it. Well, it's 2 capital events.
Rumors of bribery.
It wasn't me, I swear.
this was you, Spoony.
Oh, yeah, right. Your Majesty, I've heard some disconcerting whispers about Chief Mash of the North. He has been discreetly offering coin to your palace watch. Just gifts, he says. Gifts of enough coin to retire with. My honor guard will keep me safe. True, your palace watch aren't exactly elite warriors, but they're your early warning system. If they were loyal to the North, the chiefs could sneak a whole battalion in here.
My honor guard will keep me safe.
My honor guard will keep me safe.
Not exactly elite warriors.
What's he playing at? Your watch have been grumbling about their low wages recently. If we don't give them a raise, these bribes will look very appealing. Unfortunately, we can't give them anything with a treasury as low as it is. We need to bring this matter to the council, Your Majesty. Very well.
By Voltor's beard, you don't have a shred of proof for any of this. Don't make me laugh. I trust the rest of the council will join me in scorning these lies.
This man in a dungeon.
Throw him in the... How can the council ensure the palace watch aren't in the pockets of the chiefs? Take emergency measures to boost the treasury.
Okay.
Decreasing stability and authority. Sack the current watch and rehire from scratch. Delay scheme for 1 season. Or these are baseless allegations.
Oh yeah, I'm liking option A.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. It's clearly not the chiefs that have the watch in their midst. Also, speaking for us, we want to ensure the crown isn't groveling before the people. Like, no, we don't want emergency measures in place. We want that authority to stay up. Look, can we all agree delaying the scheme by a season is fine?
I'm vetoing the emergency measures.
Yeah. Why? It lowers 2 of their victory conditions.
Yeah, but I'm looking at rebellion if it goes much lower.
True. Well, there's no rebellion on the line.
There will be. There will be if
Okay.
it goes below like 6, I think.
Oh, I see. Oh, the authority itself. Right. I think they can rebel right now because it's 7 and 7.
Well,
below.
I don't want it to go any lower.
Below? Oh, okay. Okay.
These are
I'd rather not
baseless allegations.
take any
Clearly.
chances. I gotta play the long game. Okay. Even though you're totally bribing the watch.
Yeah, I don't know whose scheme gets delayed though. That's the thing.
It's yours.
Right?
It's yours because if I fire my watch, then your scheme is delayed.
I'm
Oh,
glad
I
the
see.
council sees sense.
Or
Don't
the-
waste our time like this again. Oh.
Visions of the Ninth. The monks who lived in the cave beneath the Marcher Forest invited you to share their hospitality. There's little sign of life. But as you approach the mountainside, a monk emerges carrying a flaming torch. He bows low.
That's a book.
Your Majesty, we foresaw your coming. My thanks for accepting our invitation.
You've only got one arm. What happened?
What do you hope from your visit? My arm or information?
My other arm.
I'd like to learn more about you and your arm.
My arm.
We are simple monks, Your Majesty. We lose our arms as part of initiation rites. We could, perchance we will gain better understanding of each other. Please, step this way.
You follow him into a tunnel cut into the mountain that quickly narrows to less than your arm span. It's a dizzying labyrinth, and you could never find your way out of here alone.
You can only get through with a single
Without-
arm.
Arm, exactly. That's it.
You must take your arm off, Your Majesty. Eventually, the tunnel opens out to a dimly lit underground lake. Several monks sit by the water meditating in silence. Every so often you hear chanting, but from where you can't tell.
Arm.
Yay, Macarena. Your Majesty, you may meditate with us if you wish, and commune with the ninth god. There will also be a sermon starting on the hour.
Arms for the poor. Arms for the poor.
Alternatively, you may read our records to learn more of our visions of the past and future.
All right, I know what to do.
Excellent, Your Majesty.
Let's see. I actually don't know what to do. Let's see.
You could have asked.
Damn it.
I'll look through the records. I'm interested. You comb through parchment tomes full of spidery handwriting, reading visions from the time of your forebear, Arald the Great. Dozens of visions describe monks being trapped in burning monasteries, soldiers destroying lovingly made carvings and tapestries, and devotees left in the dust.
That was a hard time for all of us. It was one reason why we retreated into the mountains centuries ago.
It kind of sucks that the barons have the goal of raising my authority.
Yep.
You should come out of the mountain sometime.
Really? You think so? Perhaps we will. You never know where the Ninth God will send us next.
You spend the night in a surprisingly cozy cave cell before making your way back to the capital the next day, with both your arms.
Arms.
After you leave, you hear word the monks have ventured out of their caves for the first time in centuries and are spreading their doctrine more confidently. They gain quite some traction across the kingdom.
Their presence can be quite disarming.
See, the faith is increasing. It's working out.
Yeah, but you don't have an heir.
Your Highness, I come before you with a humble plea. We, the chiefs of the North, have had an awakening. The Ninth God found his way to our lands, with your help, of course.
Of course.
Will you induct us into the church?
I shall call a vote
This
then.
all feels very familiar.
Yeah, this is the same event that we had in our mod game. But
Very good, Your Majesty. I would be most happy to perform the rites on the new bishop, should the council agree to it. Should the Church of the Ninth God induct a northern bishop?
no.
No! You can't veto this one.
Hooray! There's much rejoicing.
Thank you. Thank you, Earth Singularity. Yes, I do have plans on making more reviews. When, I don't know. I wish I could say more, but I can't. Yeah, that's about all I can say is yes.
Andy, you were
Check. That raises the Chief's Defiance, probably.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. What are the odds
But
of
it's-
them revolting, right?
Let's see. Defiance Faith. I'm gonna gamble that you reject it.
Yeah, probably.
Damn it. No, that means we have to install a bishop now or he gets... damn it. You mad lad.
What is
That's
what does he get
actually a
from-
brilliant scheme. He wins either way now. He gets
What hap-
money. He gets enough money to subvert the treasury scheme for him if he doesn't.
This isn't. It's not money for Campbell. Oh no, it is money. You're right.
It is money.
Oh shit.
Man's outdid us. Damn it.
Okay. Yes.
Reject the chief's request. There will be no northern bishop, at least not for now. Chief Mash leaves in a huff. That did not help the faith, and they're now vengeful again.
Yeah.
The chiefs are not happy that their newfound devotion has been taken for granted, but the other region's representatives breathe a sigh of relief. Whew!
Right. That's the end of the season.
Now I gotta deal with the
Bold
east.
play. Bold play, King.
Somewhere in the march, Baron Shazam sits at a banquet, gnawing on a greasy chicken leg. He and his fellow plotters discuss their scheme between mouthfuls.
The kingdom's not exactly peaceful, but there's still no way we could stage the abduction of the king without being noticed.
We need chaos. Baron's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less.
Yeah.
Yep.
Up in the north, Chief Mash has gathered his fellow plotters for a hike through the mountains.
Some of our bribes have been accepted, but not enough. The king is paying the palace watch well enough that their loyalties aren't easily swayed.
He's a mad genius, that man. So we have some of the watch in our pocket. Isn't that enough?
Nay, not yet. We can't make a move until we're sure we won't be discovered.
The chief's aim is to lower the treasure to 1,500 or less. Ooh, taxing time. The barons make 500 wealth selling hides of animals they've ensured are rare. The other nobles gain 200 wealth.
Oh, we have income apparently.
Why do you guys get all the bonuses?
I don't know.
A lot of animals, and
You have a bunch of-
them
you have a bunch of-
a lot rare.
You have a bunch of cabbages.
Yes, but you paid us a pittance to sell, by the way.
Yeah. Look how many accounts are on the leaderboard there for the richest nobles. What are you complaining? You have all the wealth of the land.
Yeah, because we didn't bother spending it last time.
Exactly.
Let's see. Yeah.
You're raising the chief's defiance as
Wait, you're
well?
raising the
Up to
chief's
10?
defiance still. Alright, sure.
Not like there's much we can do about it at this point.
Well, you can rebel.
I don't think we've met enough conditions to do so.
If you go to the if you click on your character sheet, essentially, like where the voting stuff is, there should be a button to revolt.
There
Might
is
not
not.
be.
Defiance is now treasonous.
I think you can click on the clicking on the question mark next to your current
look at it.
team.
It's now official. And at the end of
Yeah,
the
there-
rebellion report, the chiefs are now available to start a rebellion.
It
Because,
says.
yeah,
Okay, there we go.
see, it's defiance needs to be 8 or higher with authority at 7. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I figured.
If they want to. Now they would be rebelling alone though, which is really hard to do. So it would still be them essentially against the rest of us.
Basically.
But if their military is high enough, they think they can do it. They can potentially get away with it, but it could also completely screw over the region. Rebelling is
it's a
kind
last
of the
resort.
last.
It's a last resort,
Complete last
guys.
resort.
Bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
Majesty will recall the devastating avalanche that struck the north.
Yes, I remember. A tragedy.
The avalanche uncovered an ancient stone door embedded in the mountainside. We suspect it may be one of our ancestors' tombs. Some locals pried open the door and investigated within. They did not return.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
Mummies!
What is the best way to investigate the newly discovered tomb in the north? Send a group of renowned northern warriors to explore the ruins? Send a team of scholars from Quail University? Or order the tomb shut back up?
If
Piss 'em
it's
off
in the
more, why
north,
not?
it's not mummies, it's draugrs.
Ugh.
I don't know how you're going to come down on this one, so I probably should not do anything here. Let's see.
Here's the funny thing, we can't really raise the defiance above 10.
Oh, you can, I think.
It doesn't
But it doesn't have any point.
in fact go to 11.
Thank you, Channel
I'll
Stupendous.
say this. Knowing that we have no way of knowing what the results are going to be long term, ordering it shut back up feels like the boring answer.
Yeah, it is gonna be boring, yes.
Let's see.
I will agree on you.
Do I want to gamble on this or no? I really don't want to
Might as
gamble on this
well.
because if I gamble, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I'm just gonna vote.
I'm gonna say let them fight. Let them fight. That sounds
Those
fun.
are almost like wizards, but not quite.
Andy, you're going for the scholars?
Oh, valley of plenty.
I don't know.
Yeah, they killed the trees, so they know how to handle themselves.
sure.
Twas close. Send a group of renowned northern warriors to explore the ruins. The north has no short supply of warrior heroes. The only problem is finding a group who are willing to work together. There are a lot of ancient feuds to tiptoe around. The chiefs finally settle on a champion named Hrothvir, known for juggling live scorpions. He will lead a band of brave warriors into the tomb. You hope to hear back from them soon.
Well, if he comes back,
Found
then
the
he'll
warriors
carry
in
his
the
stuff.
north. But
Oh, you brave fools! You voted to rebel. Oh boy.
Muzamundi is
Yeah,
he wants his father out of the dungeons. He's mad.
That's fair.
did we not release him? Did we forget about that?
I think
No,
we
we
forgot. He wasn't officially put back into the circle.
Yeah.
Mother.
Despite everything, you still refuse to get married. It's unwise, but I'm willing to accept I can't persuade you otherwise.
Thank you, Trejoe. I hope I'm saying that right. Send forth Nanun Kanu of the North.
There's one other thing you're missing, however. Something even more important than a spouse, an heir, a kid, a child. I want grandkids! You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins.
I'd be nice. You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child laying around somewhere.
Somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
I plan to adopt a lowborn child from the orphanage.
Huh. The nobles don't be too happy with a lowborn child being elevated to the status of a royal. I urge you to reconsider. You could put us on the side that we're going to end up in their rebellion.
Let me rethink this.
I knew I taught you better than that.
I'll make my youngest cousin my heir.
Of course, an entirely sensible idea. I'll make the arrangements at once.
There's no are you sure for the cousin thing. That's hilarious and accurate of the times.
Prying eyes.
Your Grace, you are of course the greatest king of this century.
Why, thank you.
No thanks required, Your Majesty. I speak only the truth as I see plain. But your power could be even greater.
You mean...
The dark side?
Death comes for us all.
Sounds like
But
it.
what if it didn't have to? What if you could be the greatest king for all millennia?
That sounds sacrilegious.
Perhaps it is, Your Majesty, but perhaps it's simply making use of the opportunities the Ninth God provides. If you are strong enough to take them,
Who needs an heir where you can be king forever?
I can arrange more meetings so that we may discuss this matter further.
Oh shit, it's
The door bursts open.
daily meetings.
Ah, so he got to you first, no matter. The counts have agents everywhere, and they've been building up your strength. But there's something more sinister afoot. Their ultimate aim is to recruit you into a cult of immortal blood drinkers.
Shut up! What's it tail? All we want is to help the king.
Is this true?
Of course not. We only drink lime juice.
This is heresy of the highest order. The council
on
must
Sundays.
know. How can the Eastern cult sniffing around the king be stopped? Force the monarch to officially refuse to join this cult? Prevent the counts from seeking private audiences with the king? Or leave the counts to their business?
Ooh.
Good lord,
Yeah,
my-
I'm not
for a
seeing
season.
how we can do anything other than B.
No, why not A?
Because
you guys
authority
pick
goes
A,
down.
Oh, you
it
joined the
means that we're
rebellion.
joining in on the rebellion.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. I agree. It is.
Whoa.
Interesting.
All right, man. If you want
Because
to go that fast.
because the Chiefs definitely want to vote A for the rebellion. The Chiefs want you in the rebellion. That's one. Interesting.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. I don't know why the Barons are voting for that though, because we don't want that. Because then we're essentially alone in not rebelling. We're too loyal. Unless authority drops even lower, but I don't think so. I don't think it'll drop to like 4.
The nobles leave you no choice. You sign a statement saying you're not interested in immortality, not one bit. Then I get paid.
Pay you to not become immortal. Yeah, sure.
Alright. Rebellion starting.
While playing a game of chess in Anastia Castle, 2 counts of the east discuss their schemes against the crown.
Yeah, because the scheme still
Mouth
goes to
pleasing.
them.
The king is still drunk with power, despite claiming he wouldn't. But I was thinking, should we really show the king the true secrets of our group?
I thought that was the point.
I them.
Immortality and all that.
Yes, but those secrets are meant to be, well, kept secret. What if we pulled the wool over his eyes?
Oh. Okay, new goal for the counts.
No. We know what goes on in here. We're gonna bring him in. We're gonna have him drinking that good shit. Treason own farming.
Yep, that's... Damn, those cabbages, man. The cabbages all wrong.
We played the long game, and you gave the happy couple to us. Love conquers all.
I thought those were just regular red cabbages, but they're blood red.
Good that's it.
Very well. We must prepare for the ritual.
Oof.
There's nothing I can do about the farming, guys.
I know. There's not much. We're kind of screwed. The only thing that we can think of is that the rebellion like burns a bunch of shit. Like the
blood of the dead, it won't be long now.
For the final stage of the scheme, the counts must raise their farming to at least 10.
Oh, you're not there quite yet. Interesting.
Yeah, that's so. The later stages, they never have like a thing that you already have. You have to actually do something.
That makes sense.
Let's see. Let's adopt swing voting. Yeah. Ho! The kingdom is in rebellion. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Victory points are earned through events. If rebels are victorious, the monarch is overthrown.
Yep. So now we're playing a new game where schemes don't really matter as much, and it's about do the rebels win or do the loyalists win? Right now, only the chiefs are rebelling.
But the schemes don't go away. The schemes for the chiefs go away, but not for us.
Yes. Yeah.
That said, if we go even 1 point higher in defiance, or the king 1 point lower in authority, we're in on it.
You could potentially join the rebellion. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Would you want to do that, or would you rather try to continue up your farming?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air, and we can't win right now anyway.
Yeah.
A few months ago, we sent the warrior hero Hrathvar to explore the mountain tomb in the north. Unfortunately, since then, the chiefs have rebelled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hrathvar emerged from the tomb at the head of an army of ancient frozen warriors. He has declared his support for the north and plans to march these ice warriors against them. This strengthens the army at the worst possible time. Fate itself conspires against us.
All right, hit me.
I was wondering if the game was going to remember that.
At long last, the chiefs have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Chief Tessero, his tattoos seeming to shift in the light of the braziers.
The chiefs of the north will rip that false crown from your head and stomp it into the mud. We will be fighting for glory, for honor, and for Hala, the true monarch. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield.
Well, the authority lowered. So the stability, though. So.
you losing your stability or your authority?
Sees him. Come along
No,
now.
no, traitors, got the chop. Chop, chop.
Dungeon?
What? But you can't do this. I am an envoy, see? See how the king tyranny grows worse by the day?
Your watchman wastes no time. Chief Tessero is dragged out into the courtyard and his head is struck from his shoulders. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. Tessero is dead. What are our chances against the rebels? Let me put it this way, Your Majesty. Everyone in the palace who understands the situation has wet themselves.
Winter is coming.
The leader of the rebellion is Chief Muzamundi II. As reason for the uprising, he's citing your past transgressions, mainly your false imprisonment of Chief Muzamundi II. That'll be the first.
Yep.
The second?
Oh, the first, yeah.
First,
Yeah.
Yes, Your Majesty. Hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over. I can't wait. I'll go dig out the trebuchets.
Dog? Trebuchets? Why?
Ugh.
Buried them, rather.
Too long have those bastards in the crown lands held us down. Too long have they called us heathens and mocked our way of life.
Aye.
Now it is time to take up our axes and fight back. Morgana is with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests.
Morgan is with us.
Now I ask you, brave chiefs of the Free North, where will we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike against the barons to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the counts may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. Or finally, we can send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Dishonor, of course, but convenient.
What do you want to do, chiefs?
That this assassin is a wizard.
Who's your fate?
So only chiefs can vote on this. You have a 70% chance to beat the Baron's military. You have a 60% chance to win the counts to your side, or you just spend some money and wait.
Okay. They launch a preemptive strike on the barons.
Yep. Okay.
Bold gamble, Cotton.
Barons
Let's see how it
arms.
pays out.
The war.
Barons to arms.
The chiefs launched a surprise attack on the march, slashing and burning our way across fields and farmlands. Before they can get too far, however, the Marcher army springs an ambush, catching the northern soldiers totally unawares. Military challenge failed.
Wow.
Loyalists gain a victory point, and farming is now fertile in the march. There's been some
Yeah,
burning.
it's gone down. Yeah, it's burning, but huzzah! I get to say huzzah already. No mercy for traitors. Long live the king.
The northern army are forced into a disorderly retreat back to their own lands, losing demoralized troops to ambush and desertion along the way.
I think the Northern Army is played by ex-combos.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Honestly, right? I thought we were screwed.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll get that lucky again. The kingdom's
You
on the
probably will.
brink. Yeah, the kingdom's on the brink of chaos. It's perfect. We have to strike.
What do you intend us to do? Swoop in and kidnap the king in full view of the honor guard and the palace watch?
No, of course not. We need to use the chaos to our advantage. We have two options.
Lure the king to the
You
march
do
and
pretty
abduct him
Pretty much
there.
abduct him there.
Or manufacture a food
crisis.
crisis.
and kidnap. Oh
Okay, more-
boy.
You got
I
5 in both, so
I don't think we're raising our defiance. I'm gonna go with farming.
Yeah, let's
I
try
think-
that, even though
Because if our lands continue to get raised in the rebellion, it might lower our farming.
Yep.
I don't think we're able to join the rebellion at this point. I think we're on the side of the loyalists, which would still mean we win. So, if the march is gripped with famine, we can convince the king to come down and visit us. Kiss babies, hand out bread, that sort of thing. That's when we strike. One king rides down to the march, and another king rides home.
Huzzah!
Also get to say that. But what about our own citizens? Won't they starve?
The folk of the march are made of sterner stuff than that. They'll survive on boiled boots and nettle soup.
For the final stage of this scheme, the barons must lower their farming to 3 or less.
Oh, that's not happening. Okay.
It's tough, but again, we're essentially waiting on the rebellion, I think, to do that for us.
Wait, I declared my cousin as the heir. That sucks.
You haven't gotten him yet. You haven't gotten him.
Yeah.
That was going to happen next season. This season, if we didn't have a rebellion.
Mm.
Keep them sweet.
So the counts can vote to rebel now. They think
Which I have.
You must have noticed the counts aren't happy, Your Majesty. The rebels have a keen eye, and they'll take advantage of the situation. If the East joins in the rebellion, we'll be in serious trouble. It's high time you ask the counts directly what they need.
Farming! We need farming!
Very well.
Interesting.
When you call the council, the counts whisper amongst themselves, glancing in your direction.
How long will this take? Each minute I spend away from my lands, I sense the chief's approach.
Yes, and it's not been the easiest time for any of us.
I just hope we can all have a productive time.
How can the crown encourage the counts to keep fighting for the royal cause? Ignore the situation entirely?
Provide funds to the eastern farmers. Of course. Come.
No.
It shall be a time of productivity for us all.
No. We will pay the counts. Extravagant amounts.
Extravagant amounts. Yeah, we can afford that.
Yep.
Hey, chiefs, if you want us in, don't let our defiance go down. Okay?
I should veto that.
What's wrong?
Hey, with the money you make, you may be able to buy a farm in the auction.
Sure.
But we're not giving you the win condition right now.
We've got the money.
Tell you what, chiefs, how about we work together on ignoring the situation entirely? Everybody on A.
Or
Wait a second, you don't even get a vote. What am I saying?
Yeah.
What am I saying? You don't even get votes.
Yeah, true. You can point some
just
counter
veto the
military
option
advisors
anyway.
to attempt to take down the military, but it's probably not likely.
Let's start the vote.
Okay. Hey, barons, we gotta vote. All barons, all hands on deck. This can literally decide the game. Why? Who is that?
Traitor!
Who's the traitor?
Who's the traitor?
Manny.
You're banned.
Manny.
Manny, what did we ever do? What did we do to you, Manny? Manny is a secret count the whole time.
He's been vampirized.
That's it. He sucked his blood. Manny, you're evil.
You have the treasurer arrange the funds, and after a few weeks she comes to see you regarding the eastern farms.
Manny's a literal kingmaker.
I'm pleased
could have
to say
changed
the crops are thriving in the east, Your Majesty.
And you could have changed it.
An army marches on its stomach, and the troops now march in step with confidence. Perhaps more importantly, the counts are praising your generosity. You can only hope their good mood lasts. I should have vetoed it.
I believe it will. It probably will. Yeah, I should have vetoed it. Well...
I didn't think it'd win. I honestly didn't.
Well, hopefully the rebellion goes and raises their lands now.
Your Majesty, a merchant is here to see you. He has come all the way from Kurth, I hear.
I hope he has something useful to sell me.
Yes, I believe he does.
Your Luminance, so wonderful to see you. I hope that you and your council are well. Get to the point. You'll be pleased to know the Kirith Senate have deliberated for many weeks and ultimately agreed to extend you the offer of an arms contract. Not just any contract, mind you. The Republic has offered to sell gunpowder weapons, muskets, cannons, blunderbusses, bombards, you name it, I have it.
Big bombs. Laser guns.
I'm not interested. If that is your wish, your Luminance, then I wish you good fortune in the days ahead. The merchant leaves and you return to your work. Send him away. A great battle. Vast armies darken the landscape like shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of the palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Anyone want to take the marshal?
Second, Your Majesty, the army of the North is advancing on the capital, led by the treacherous cur, Chief Muzamundi II. What did we ever do to him? I've received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the march. If they march now, they'll intercept the chiefs in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the East. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance of defeating that accursed chiefs. What are your orders, Your Majesty?
Well, the Barons did just fine before.
We do have a lower military, but yeah.
They should join forces.
Very well, Your Majesty. I will relay your orders to Baron Manny, the commander in the field. How did he get that position, the traitor? Hopefully, they do as they're told.
Damn it,
God
they was
knows,
super agent.
treachery can thrive on a battle.
I'm on a Oh, it's perfect.
We have our orders, but should we follow them?
I feel like Jack should be voicing Manny's character.
We have our orders, but should we follow them?
Baron vote.
Yep. Do we let the rebels march in the capital and hope that it burn? Yeah, follow orders. Yeah. Fight orders to send marcher army to fight. Nah. Let's team up.
Yeah.
Hopefully the battle happens on the Count's land.
Or on ours. One or the other.
Yeah, we'll fight. Oh yeah, true. Also ours. Yeah. Why not?
The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at the throne room, looking perfectly composed.
Your Majesty, as you ordered, the barons have turned their army around to link up with the counts.
Oh.
All according to Keikaku.
Yeah, all according to Keikaku.
Indeed, Your Majesty. Let's hope the plan is sound. Which is a translation of Keikaku. It's all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance.
And my fate too.
Yeah, that's true. Never fear, Your Majesty. If we do lose this, there are worse fates than a swift head chopping.
Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the Marcher's army's retreat has given the chiefs free rein to pillage and plunder the march. No!
Okay.
Okay?
The rampaging northern troops are set on farms like locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. Meanwhile, shops, churches, and manors are plundered, and the stolen loot is shipped back to the north. The northern trade is surging. But while the march suffers, the marcher forces successfully link up with the counts. Now the joint army of the barons and the counts rush to meet the chiefs in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it.
Whose win condition procs first? Technically, it should be the count because they had it first, but I don't know what the game decides.
It probably counts it all at the same time. Oh, it could all come down to this. It could all come down to this. If we raise... No, we can't raise their farming.
Can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
We can lower the farming. We can lower the farming.
We lower... if we lower ours further, I don't think that does anything.
But we can lower this. The famine lowers for everyone. I think.
Does it? No,
No,
it's
it's
in
never
region.
done that.
It's in region.
It's literally never done that.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I'm not sure.
I mean, we're broke, so.
Yeah, we are broke though. Anyway.
How about we do the do the chiefs a favor and give him some trade with a bazaar?
I have no say in this. People want to know what happens. by
Yeah, I
lowering our
do want to know
farming.
what happens.
Okay.
I've
Fair
spent
enough.
all my money.
There you go.
That still might not be enough. We are
No.
massively
Massively
outnumbered
broke.
in terms of bids.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm interested to see. It is coming down to this.
And
That was a
Morgan's
really-
still sitting on a massive pile of wealth.
Yeah, true. It
That I can't
was
believe.
a very honestly the rebellion was really like an interesting play on the Chiefs' part, because I think if the Counts hadn't been able to get their win condition, they absolutely would join the rebellion immediately.
Yeah, like obviously.
Yeah.
That was literally how that was going to work, yes.
Okay. The mob rises. I think
Yeah.
I've lost.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. But the question is, who won?
Oh,
Oh, the counts.
how's that fair? Your Majesty, the march is suffering a terrible food shortage. They've asked you to visit them and bolster the morale of their starving peasants.
Okay.
The barons will be delighted.
But there's a war on.
Given the rebellion, it's more important than ever to keep the barons sweet. If they were to join the rebels' side, you'd be doomed.
Oh, wait. Can you imagine? We replace the king with a doppelganger, and then the counts make him into a vampire.
And then the
Be
rebellion
amazing.
succeeds and kill him or something. I don't know.
If they want to go to the march and tear your face, have some bread, kiss some babies. You have no choice. That's what you must do.
If I have to, you embark on the long, perilous journey up to the march. After braving a dozen checkpoints and mud-churned roads, you reach your destination, a Marcher City. The streets are dotted with starved beggars, their ribs sticking through their skin.
Your Majesty, I'm so glad to see you. Come, let's lend our aid to the needy.
The inconspicuous tent. Please follow me.
You
Exactly.
spend the day handing out bread to the hungry mob. As the sun sets, Baron Shazam invites you to ride with him to his isolated hunting lodge.
Of course, nothing suspicious here. Welcome. Sorry about the trip down. Your Highness, it's always troublesome on a windy day. Can I get you a drink?
No need.
Suit yourself. More for me.
Whatever happened to those cabbages we got you?
Your Eastern Knights take their seats behind you, watching Baron Shazam carefully.
Actually, Your Grace, I had something I wanted to speak to you about. Alone.
My honor guard will stay put.
I'm sorry, but I simply must insist.
Baron Shazam yanks down a lever, cleverly disguised as a candlestick. A giant trapdoor swings open beneath your honor guard.
They
drop
start
down.
levitating as vampires.
They drop down into the darkness below without even having enough time to scream.
How do I have this in my shack?
Run for the door.
Operation, man.
Before you can make it 5 yards, a dozen Marcher soldiers burst through the door and seize you roughly. A blade is pressed to your throat.
My liege, there's someone I want you to meet.
Your mother.
You hear soft footsteps, a curtain parts, and you're suddenly confronted by the most attractive man in the world.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you a handsome devil? Well, aren't you a handsome devil? The voice is almost, but not quite identical to your own. A little too nasal. It's the big nose.
Do you like it? Took a year of training to get the voice right.
You'll never get away with this. I'm a saint!
I'm willing to roll the dice. Oh crap, isn't that one? Men?
The Eastern Knights holding you hostage bundle you towards the door.
That was my mother's plot, wasn't it? She wants to replace me so that she gets a grandchild, after all.
That's Quick, we must make sure that his body won't be discovered. Doesn't have a subtitle on it.
A bag is stuffed over your head and your arms tied behind your back. You're loaded onto a mule like a sack of grain. As you jolt around on the mule, you have plenty of time to contemplate your upcoming demise. It's funny, the kingdom won't even notice you're gone. When the bag is whipped off your head, you find yourself standing over a mist-shrouded gorge. Far below, the white water churns and seethes.
Any last words?
May the seventh god feast on your eyeballs in hell!
Nice.
Baron Shazam takes a step back and Sparta kicks me nonchalantly off the edge. It's a long way down. Your screams are drowned out by the thundering water.
Long live the king. Same as the old king.
I got a Chivo!
Hey, the Baron's won.
Nice.
Nobody would ever know that the king has been replaced by an imposter. It isn't mentioned in history books, only the barons knew and they took the secret to their graves. The chiefs, led by Muzamundi II, launched a rebellion that accomplished nothing besides distracting the king while cunning schemers took the throne. With their plans in tatters, the counts retreated to their castles to brood. Why did theirs... Seriously, why did the barons...
I don't know. Man, I think it just took a 50-50.
No, I think it's court priority. It's the fact that you guys were first on the it happens in order thing.
I mean, it could be as simple as that, yeah.
With their plans in tatters, the counts retreated to the castles to brood. Their olive branch was rejected, the secret of eternity that they had guarded for eons. They would not be so kind again. The Baron's doppelganger was in power long enough to name Evemy his heir before meeting his own unfortunate end. The Baron's grip on the crown was secure for now.
It's a shame that those plans did not collide. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, right? I wonder if the maybe it could also use Defiance as a tiebreaker, perhaps, right? Because we're closer to the king, we're closer to doing our own scheme rather than rebelling. Yeah, I'm interested to look that. I'm interested to look that up. I'm sure someone on like KOTC forums or something like that has been like, hey, like, what is the tiebreaker rule?
Yeah.
Anyways, GG's all around there though. That was close on all sides, I think.
Yeah, I thought I was playing pretty well, but I couldn't catch up to the farming thing that happened. So.
Yeah.
I also am wondering, you know what? The rebellion. I mean, it says that it stopped, but there's technically no reason why it should stop. Nothing changed from their perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, but it's just a game mechanic, right?
No, I understand, but here's what I'm curious about. If we were to continue this game, would this still be a thing?
The Defiance would almost certainly still be at 10. That's the biggest thing. If the rebellion would be able to probably be started right at the beginning if they wanted to, if they thought that that's the way that they could win. The problem is that it's so risky to do it at the beginning of the game. Right? I think they rebelled at the exact perfect time. But yeah, that was really, really tight. Honestly.
We got robbed. True love was robbed at court priority.
But my gambit paid off of just being like, if we team up with you, there's a chance that you just completely screw our farmlands, or the battle goes to your farmland, one or the other. And that's exactly what happened.
That was genuinely the best play. And I gotta also give it up for Spoony. That was some brilliant use of the royal gambles there. This game would not nearly have gone the way
it wouldn't have been nearly as close. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
And going pure faith for chastity, was that something you would already kind of remembered as a condition you could have pressed, or did it just fall in your lap like that?
I just chose that one because I hadn't chosen it before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only
reason.
It
once, like a long time ago, but yeah, that didn't work out for me either, as far as I remember.
But yeah, once again, my reign as king has failed. Well, actually, it's continued brilliantly, as far as you guys know.
Yeah. There you go.
You could have been an immortal vampire, man, but you chose...
King Spoony, it sounds much better than usual. Like, less nasally than usual, you know?
But I don't live to see it. But anyway, that's another game at King of the Castle for the record books. Thank you guys for watching, and thanks everyone for playing.
Thanks for hosting it. I've been wanting to get my KOTC fix here for a while. I love this game.
All right.
Yeah.
And thanks for the donations, guys. I really appreciate it. But I'll see you next time.
Take care, all.
Good night.